Hello all. So I want to quickly talk about one of my favorite movies and one of my favorite scenes from that movie, When Harry Met Sally, when Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan are arguing in the car about various things, one of those things being having a dark side. And Billy Crystal's argument is that he has a very dark side because whenever he buys a new book, he'll read the last page first. That way, in case he dies in the process of him reading the book, he'll always know how it ended. Now, I've watched When Harry Met Sally for the first time many years ago, and have since watched it numerous other times after that, and this line always sticks out to me because I don't see it as a dark side or a bright side. I see it as a productive side. You have to always be thinking ahead, and by reading the last page of a book, you're really taking care of any unknowns that may occur, and ultimately having a more productive and enjoyable experience while reading the entire book. I'm not going to say that I read the last chapter or last page of a book before I actually read the entire thing in case I die. I normally do not do that. In fact, I can't tell you the last time I have done that. However, if you look at this from a different perspective and understand that the book can ultimately be your life, and you have to think about reading the last page of the book as actually reading the last page of your life. Ultimately, by seeing your life as this book and by reading the last page of it right away, you are forcing yourself to think about what you want the last chapter of your life to look like. Where do you want to be when people are reading your biography and they're reading the last pages? When you're dead, how are people going to remember you? It's not quite the same as Billy Crystal saying that he wants to just understand what happens at the end of the book in case he dies, but there is a facet of this idea where understanding the bigger picture of something is much more important than the menial, trivial things in between. Taking time to see the end goal and planning for that goal is more important than going for the mini successes here and there. You will have mini successes once you know what that goal is and where you're ultimately headed. Because when you know what's going to be in that final chapter, everything you do is working toward that final chapter. Eisenhower said something to the effect of, "A plan is useless, but planning is everything." I can plan the next week of my life, it'll be completely useless, but the fact that I'm sitting there and saying, okay, here's what I want to happen, and here's what my goals are, and here's how I plan on executing them, that is the process that's valuable, not the plan itself, because the plan is going to change, your book is going to change, but that last chapter is always going to be the thing that's keeping you motivated and keeping you working. Thank you so much for watching. Now get to work.